Hey friends, it's Chelsea. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. I'm getting quite a few new subscribers and I honestly am so shocked and baffled. Every day I tell my sister, I'm like, people are subscribing to me, and it is mind-boggling that you guys are enjoying the content, and now you guys are actually like interacting with some of the videos that I post. I am it's so wild to me. Like, there's just the whole concept of people watching something that I put out or actually like enjoying my videos. So that is so mind-boggling, and I'm so grateful that you guys are taking the time out of your day to watch what I put out. So for today's video, I'm actually going to be talking about why I think it is so important to travel places. I can say with 100% certainty that going and seeing new things has made me so much of a better human, and it's made me so much kinder and so much more compassionate. I think when you have a passion to go places and you genuinely get to fulfill those passions, it like is a part of me that comes alive, that sometimes we didn't even know was there until it's ignited, or it's sometimes these old dreams that we've had that have been put onto the back burner. Like, I have friends, she wants to make documentaries and she wants to film things, and she's like, well, I just don't ever know, like I can never find things that I'm passionate about. And then she started to travel and she started to meet people in different cultures, and she's like, this is it, this is what makes me come alive, this is what sets my soul on fire. Like, these are the stories that I want to tell of these people and their cultures, all of these. She's like, I want to travel around the world, seeing and trying and doing new things and introducing the rest of the world to these things, because there are people who unfortunately probably will never get to leave the comfort of their state or their country, or you know, whatever that looks like. So if I can bring the new cultures to them, that is what makes me happy. But had she never gone anywhere, she would have had this passion that would have just burned out, and she never would have been able to really figure out, like, what is it that I want to do. I think that it's going back to saying, it's made me so much more compassionate. I think you realize, you know, why certain people are the way that they are, or I also realize, like, why am I the way that I am? Why does America function the way that it does? And it's like, I realize that these cultures are so rich in so many things, in beauty and in community, and it's like they have so many things that I've never seen before, and I get to experience these, and like, it makes me come alive. And I realize that there's more to this life than what I've experienced, and that really has made me realize that there's so much more to me than what I've experienced. As individuals, we are layers, we are people with so many different parts of us and perspectives, and you might have a passion, or you might have an idea that's been brewing inside of you that you didn't even know about until you went and saw something different. Because how can I ever be different if I never experience anything different? If I only ever think that how I live is the perfect way of life, there's nothing that exists outside of that. I'm living a very ignorant and sheltered and boxed in life. I don't get to experience life to the fullest capacity that I possibly can. I think that there's so many people who are waiting to meet me, and I'm waiting to meet them, that I just don't even know exists yet. New friends, new cultures, new foods to try. And so I think that I was made for more. I think we all were. I think we were made to do more, to see more, to do more. I feel like there's a whole vast world out there, and I don't feel like I could ever be content just staying exactly where I am. And I definitely think that once you kind of get a hint of travel or a hint of trying something different, you literally crave it. And I'm not even just saying like going to different countries. When people ask me where my like favorite place that I've ever gone is, I always say Chicago. I don't know what it is about the vibe there, but I absolutely love it. I want to own like a high-rise there one day, and I could bring my family. But I think that there is something about going someplace new that makes you come alive. It makes you feel like you can just walk a little bit different and breathe fresh air. And I think that there are people who live like in fear. Like when I used to live in Oregon, so I lived in Eugene, Oregon, so it's about like 2 hours away from Portland, and there's this bridge that goes to Washington. You could be over in Washington in a matter of like minutes, really, for being honest. And I knew people who lived in Portland their entire lives, and they'd never been to Washington because they were too scared to drive over the body of water that the bridge went over. And I also knew people that lived in Washington that had never been to Portland or been to Oregon because they were too afraid to come across the body of water to get to Portland. And it is just, it breaks my heart so badly because I think that even I believe in God. I've talked about him a lot, obviously, first and foremost, and I believe that he created the world for us to go and see it. And if I allow fear to hold me back from that, then that means that I put fear above God. And I know that people are gonna be like, that's so dramatic, but to me, I'm like, if my whole life is based around fear and being too afraid to do anything, then fear is my God. Whether or not you're a Christian, whether you believe in the universe, whether whatever it is, the fear is your higher power. Like, and I believe that every single day that I'm on this earth, every breath that I breathe is a gift, and I refuse to give my gift over to fear. I want to raise my kids to know that there is more than what they've experienced. There's more to even how we raise them. I want them to know that this is how we raised you. Now go and see other things. Let your perspective of things isn't Bible. It isn't this solid ground. Like, it is something that it's like, this is how we see things, but the person literally next to us sees something so different. Let's figure out why that is. I feel like going and experiencing new things makes me a better artist because it allows a different flow to come out of me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's like, if I never leave my bedroom and I only ever paint the things that are inside of this room, it's going to become repetitive. It'll eventually become dull. Yeah, I can keep painting them in different colors, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the same thing. But if I go and I experience my backyard for the very first time, I'm smelling something different. I'm seeing different trees. I'm seeing all of these things. It's going to cause a part of me to be excited and to come alive, and I'm going to paint different. And I feel like I don't want to just live. I want to thrive. I want people to know me as someone who was alive. Like, Chelsea, she was down. She would go anywhere and do anything. She was always on a plane. She took her kids. Like, I want my kids to grow up to be like, not satisfied with just what's in front of them, because they know that there's so much more to experience and to see. And I think that I feel like my experiences with other people have changed, and other cultures have changed so much just by actually getting to know these cultures. And I know you're like, Chelsea, some of us are broke, some of us are poor, we cannot all afford to travel. And actually you can. And I'm not one of those TikTok people who be like, just get a credit card with travel points and travel miles, because you're like, how am I going to pay off the credit card by getting 1 million travel points? But I genuinely am so passionate about wanting to see the world and wanting other people to explore the world that I have pretty much got it down to a science on finding a cheap flight. Like, it is so funny because my friends all the time, they're like, can you help me find a flight? Can you help me book this trip here? I don't know what to do. I'm going to insert some random place and I need to find activities. And I'm like, I am on it. If you are friends with me, or if, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about this in a previous video, I am a spreadsheet girl. I love breaking things down to a T, and not even so much to like an annoying way where you're like, we don't even have free time to breathe. But as far as expenses, because I feel like if we can make things affordable to people, people will go and they will do things. And I feel like people live in fear that they're never going to be able to afford to do things, so they don't even consider it to be an option. Whereas if you can see me, especially because was so big for my mom, is she wanted us as Black kids to see new things, to know that there's more to explore to the world. Because it was like, you see people and you see families traveling, they're typically white families, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, I want also more for Black and brown people. I want us to know that we can go and we can live these beautiful, extravagant, adventurous lives, and that it's not out of reach for us. So if I could help everybody, no matter what, you know, your ethnicity is, to be like, actually, I watched this video from Chelsea and I realized that I actually can go on this vacation and it's so much cheaper than I thought. Like, somebody was talking about taking you know, trips with kids, and they're like, I'm not spending all that money because they can't remember it. And I was like, they might not remember it, my son might not remember it, my daughter might not remember it, but I'm gonna remember it. And I also think that it breeds a familiarity, like a good kind inside of them, because it's like, they might not remember every place that they go to, but they're going to remember the feeling of being on a plane and being like, okay, this is not new to me. And then it's like, why would you not want those memories with your kids? Especially because I'm like, if people realize just how free it is to travel with kids, I'm like, you can really make some moves with your kids. And I think if we train them from a younger, not train them, but if we teach them from a younger age that they actually can go and see new things, when they become adults, they become avid people who are so intertwined with different cultures and languages and things like that. And I just think that it opens up a variety of perspectives for them, even as far as job opportunities, because, you know, like, you know, they will end up going to work in a different country, or they learn all these different languages, and it opens up such a variety of career paths for them. We don't know what that looks like. Or maybe they just love to be on planes. I want you guys to know that you can do it, and I'm here to help you. I am so passionate about seeing the world and helping other people see the world, and that's primarily what I love to do in my free time. Even though I'm not always traveling, like, I just love to look at flights from anywhere and out of anywhere, just to like see and experiment. And one day maybe I'll have like on a little side project, we have some type of travel agency or something. But yeah, I love to travel, and I want you guys to love to travel. Or if you already do, then I think you have found the perfect home for you. This channel is a place for traveling and just overall health and fitness, because I think that those two play a really big factor in my lives that coincide. Like, I feel like I'm so much healthier when I am going and seeing new things. It makes me so happy. So if you guys resonate, please feel free to, I never say this, but, you know, subscribe, join our family, comment down below. If you have any trips coming up, comment them down below, or comment, you know, where your dream trip would be. I would love to go to Singapore or to Dubai, because I love tech. But I would also love to go somewhere like the Maldives or Greece. I really would love to go to El Salvador, but my sister and I have been trying for about 4 years now, and for some reason we will have like everything planned out, dates, plane tickets, it just doesn't work out. So God clearly is waiting for me to go at a specific time or something, so we'll figure that out. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.